For me, it was the connections to the audience. Smile became the avenue where the kind of wall, the pretense was, it was removed. And it was the intimacy and the close connection with the audience and the stories told. And the gift Tony and I both shared was extraordinary. It really was extraordinary and terrifying. And I remember our first run through, Tony, because we went into a very large room, a massive hall, and I kept startling when I would come face to face. I'd be inside. You wrote a beautiful story in Extraordinary, really highlighting your mother's journey and all the beauty of the romance and meeting your dad. It's just a beautiful story. And I saw that people could come really close to the story, and it kept startling me because I might see someone crying or confused. There was no separation. And in that moment, I just want to share this, Jim, you were the back, with the team, and you guys were all nervous because I kept forgetting my words. And I kept having this, I don't know, I kept having this kind of pulled out of a performance into relationship. So if I were to frame Smile, it's held within my experience. I've done a couple shows. I would do more. I feel that the stories are authentic. They are built upon pathways, stories that are relatable to the audience and celebrate kind of their lives. And when I was inside that story, being able to share your mom's story, the number of people that wanted to tell their story afterwards, we get to go mix and mingle. They could identify with the journey of your mom, maybe wanting to be a doctor. I remember, Tony, you playing the younger Bertha and me playing Jim's mom, the older version. And so many people could find somewhere on the continuum to connect to the story. And my favorite moment, and I'll close out here, and it is the secret of Smile, is we travel. That show had wheels. We went all the way out to the prairies, and Smile allowed me to do a special show for all my family. They never see me perform. They really just don't. And they were there. And we traveled and we went everywhere. And I think that's the thing that I recall, is that in the hardest terms, there was a couple of nursing homes that were really hard pressed. The people were suffering and not cared for. I felt in those moments we could make such a difference just by being there. And in the posh homes too, it was a little more formal, a little more, uptown. And in the same way, people leaned in to connect. So my favorite moment, Jim, I'll just circle back, was when we went and your mom and her sister were the special guest in the audience, and we were sharing Tony that story. And your sister, Tony, can talk about it too, but your mom's sister leaned in, and there's a part of the story, I won't give it away, but a very intimate moment, a moment of where the sister, your mom, received news of the person she was loving passed away in the war, right? Is that how the story goes? I just want to be clear. And then your mom's sister, was she older or younger, Jim?
Older.
Your mom, older, yeah. And she was, in my understanding, she wasn't communicating much and not as connected as your mom, right? She was not really vocal. So I sat down, I was waiting to talk to Bertha, but she had a whole fan club. Everybody's hugging her, there's flowers, there's a party right next door. And her sister was so quiet. And she took my hand, she sort of had, she goes, I was there. I was there when she got the news, the telegram. So again, in this moment where we might not know where that individual is and what they understand, what they need, I think we're, as people, as a part of the Smile family, we are trying to tap into who they are and where we connect to their story. And that is always going to be in my heart, because I think being in theater where it's always the big show, the Fringe with 20 people, the Fringe in my experience so far was also one of the funnest things, again, because it feels like that kind of, it can't happen without an incredible team around you. And we were able to do so much with minimal, in ways, resources. and got to a lot of places. And I feel that my ability to grow as an artist was massive in both shows, Lucy and Maud and Smile. So that's all I have to say. I really did think about it, and it's mostly a moment of gratitude for the support given by the Smile family, and gratitude for being a part of something so special that I do fundamentally believe makes an immense difference.